Chrissy here for Print Tarot. I've fallen a little bit behind on my readings. Don't have a lot of time today, but the ones I will look at, sorry, I've just got to swap my glasses over, I'm going to do two readings in one. They're both on the Republican Party and what response they're going to get from their constituents at the town halls during August. I understand August is the month where everyone goes to town halls and they talk to their representative and they let them know what they, the sort of job they want them to do and what they expect of them. So I'm going to do a reading for the Republican Party and what the Republican reps and senators are going to get, feedback they're going to get from the town halls, and the same for the Democratic Party. And I'm going to use this V reading here, which is this one here, which is pretty, it's a 7-card reading, and I'll read out what each position is about. I'm going to use the Connolly deck for both parties and my plain unvarnished blunt truth if I want extra clarifiers. I'm using the Connolly deck because parties there's all different shades of Republicans as there's all different shades of Democrats. You can't just, you can sort of generalize them to some degree with some policies and stuff, but there's some bloody good Republicans out there, and there's a lot of good Democrats, but there's some horrible Republicans, and I'm quite sure there's some Democrats who could probably up their game quite a lot. Anyway, that being said, do the Republican, what can they expect from their town hall meetings in August? What can the Republicans expect from their town hall meetings in August? What have we got here? They're in a position of power. They're in government, and that's interesting that that's popped out. I might put that to the side. Yeah, perhaps. Often, apart from being government, that Hierophant card is also morals, and stands for morals and what's expected of them. So maybe they're going to be given a bit of a reminder about what people think about them continually standing up for a president who really isn't worth it. Okay, so what can the Democrats expect? What can the Republicans, expect from their town hall meetings in August? What can they expect from their town hall meetings? What feedback can they expect? Okay, so let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. Partnership. They're going to be expected to. It should be a partnership between them and their constituents, not between them and their major donors, and I think they might be reminded of that. It's interesting. Morals, real proper morals, ethics and morals, they might be given a reminder of that by their constituents as well, so we'll see. Anyway, the first position is past actions affecting the question, and the question is, what can Republicans expect? What feedback can they expect in their town hall meetings during August? The Lovers. They've been making partnerships with all the wrong people. These actions they're making deals with Trump to cover up or make things easier on him and this and that. And any people who have partnerships with the wrong people, those actions are going to affect what the feedback they're going to get. Present actions affecting the question. So that was past actions. What are present actions affecting this question? The 10 of Wands, the burden of proof. I think a lot of rank and file Republicans, a lot of Republican voters have finally been given the burden of truth. The burden of truth that says that all of these actions that Trump's been accused of, and all of these issues and investigations, it's all about the truth. None of it's made up. And I think that the current actions affecting the questions is what's come out. Look, Mueller didn't really introduce anything new, but he did something that was badly needed. A lot of Americans wanted to hear from Mueller himself that it was true, and that was the final thing if he says it, it's not third hand, it's not second hand, it's straight from the horse's mouth. And now the Republicans are carrying the burden of truth that was given to them by Mueller. And that's going to affect what the feedback they're going to get from their constituents in the town halls. Future results that they should consider. Future results they should consider. The first thing that entered my mind with this is the voters are going to be assessing their actions. So the future results they should consider is, I think that a lot of their constituents are going to basically say, look, you've come up short. You've come up short in your duty. You've come up short in your promises to us, to represent us. And you've come up short in the moral and ethics in the way you represent us. They've been assessing it and they've found them lacking. Most of them. I'm not saying all of the Republicans, but, actions that they should consider. The High Priestess. The actions they should consider is a lot of them have been doing everything they can to keep things hidden, to keep things under wraps, to not let secrets out. And what they should consider is just stop trying to hide these things. That's what they should consider. Stop trying to keep secrets. Stop trying to fulfill the Republican secret agenda if they have one. Any hidden agendas that, that other Republicans from other places in the countries have, that, by going along with them and, helping them with their agenda, they've actually been doing damage to their own people. So they should stop doing this crap. Stop with the hidden agendas. Stop with trying to hide things. The feelings of those around them, and I'm going to say it's their constituents, okay? So the feeling of their constituents, materialism. That's the devil. Number 15 is the devil. And so their constituents are saying, you've tied yourself to this awful person, and what'd you do that for? I mean, that's you've angled, you've tied yourself to Trump and McConnell, and you've been greedy and avaristic. And this is what the feeling of the people around them, their constituents in this case, they're not happy with them. They feel that they've been bedeviled by the actions of their reps in being complicit with all this crap from the White House and all of McConnell's crap and all of Nunes's crap and McCarthy's crap, all of that. They feel that they're being dragged into it and they're not happy, you know, and they're really pissed off about it. They feel like they've been made complicit, even though it's their representatives' actions. They all feel like they're being tarred with the same brush of nasty, nasty people because they're a Republican. No? Not all of them, of course, but most of them. This is the feeling. They're going to get a lot of unhappy feedback, I think. Possible delays. Okay. Possible delays. This is the Ace of Pentacles. So, new offers about money, reach for the shiny coin. But if they fall off, they're going to fall into a thorny rose bush and really be hurt. So, possible delays in, I think maybe some of them might cite lack of funds as a reason for not holding town halls or something. Some of them might decide they're not going to, which would be a huge mistake. Their constituents want to hear from them, and their constituents want them to look them in the face and explain why they've been doing what they've been doing. And I think maybe they're going to say, oh, look, we've got this shiny new thing to offer you. You know, well, I'm working on that for a little bit. I think they some of them are going to try and delay their town halls as much as they can, so they can come up with shiny new incentives. But I don't know if that's going to work. New offers, new donors, maybe. So there's definitely some offers or some new perspective. And possible future outcome for these people in their town halls. This is the Four of Wands. Well, of course, they're going to go back to Washington, but they're going to be, but this represents their home districts and their home states. And the people, it looks like some celebration happening. So this town halls might be put off by news about Trump and all the money. So, you know, that's something. And if they're happy about him, there could be celebration. Maybe they could be celebrate. The constituents could be celebrating, or the representatives could be going back to Washington and celebrating Trump gone or whatever. I'll get a clarification on this. And first, the Ace of Pentacles. Possible delays. Money, money, money. Yeah, this is news coming out about Trump and his money, family money and everything else. And what's the possible future outcomes? King of Pentacles, celebrations around Trump for some reason. Now this is the Republican spread. So is that celebrations because he's staying or celebrations because he's going? Let's have a look at the blunt unvarnished truth on that. Oh, what's come out? Ace of Pentacles. Money, news about money. It never ends. The Republicans and money and greed and avarice. And it's not, I'm not saying every everyday standard Republican voter or even rank and file Republicans, just those who get into power. Some of them just get overtaken. Five of Wands, there's going to be a lot of conflict. They're going to face a lot of conflict from their constituents. They're going to face they're going to have to you know, I think there's going to be some really, really lively discussions and full of conflict between the representatives and the senators and their constituents. That's about what? Six of Wands, about a victory that was won by secret agenda. They're not happy. They know now. They've heard it from the horse's mouth. And the Queen of Wands, that's Pelosi. I think a lot of their constituents are going to say, we want you to go back to Washington and we want you to go to Pelosi and say, impeach. That's what I get from what the Republicans are going to face in their town hall. Yeah. The constituents aren't happy because they're not doing their job in a way that, you know, a lot of people think if you're a Republican, you don't care how your rep gets things done as long as he does. That's not necessarily the truth. They want it done, most of them want it done ethically in the right way, and they want their representatives to follow a certain standard of morality. And when they don't, when they partner with the wrong people, and when they betray the partnership between them and their representative, they're not happy. So that's really, really very interesting. Anyway, that is the reading on the Republicans and the feedback they're going to be getting from their constituents during August. I'm going to do one on the Democrats next. So bye for now, and I'll see you at the next reading. Bye-bye.